Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Up next, let's keep it in the NFC for this game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Washington Commanders.
Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Punter Mitch Wishnowsky ready to do the honors. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for the rookie out of Notre Dame. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Kate, if that first play is any indicator, this offense is going to have one heck of a field day. I'm talking a big chunk of yards on the ground and some big-time confidence, too.
Going to the ground again on first. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
They give it to him again. And only can get his yard here, Brock. It's going to be 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and short, Daniels. On the move, headed right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
My life experience has taught me these kickers are a lot like golfers. They know how to keep score. They know when they've hit their best shots. They know when they've hit their career longs, and he just got it done.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tackle made by Trey Amos.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun is Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And he takes it down to the 33. He picks up 28 on the play. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Get set. Stop.
Third and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Okay, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and third downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
A 48-yard attempt.
York knocks it through. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Okay, well that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Play fake here. Daniels. He rolls to his right. And oh, he drops the deep shot. A big play to start the game, but it slips through incomplete.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Up down by Fred Warner.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. Here's Daniels. He's setting up the running back screen. And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Just a yard left to go on second down.
Go! 65.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. Brings up third down.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
This one left for Daniels. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Not the biggest gain, but exactly what they needed. Just get the first down and keep this drive rolling.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Here we go.
Throwing on first down, Daniels. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Washington first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Come on. Set.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders break the tie here in the first.
The kicker on for the extra point.
So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Shotgun snap for Purdy. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. It's a 10-3 ball game. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They've got a first to begin the frame. A give left side to McCaffrey. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Play made by Daron Payne.
It'll be this group's job, watching the film, to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Completed over the middle. Oh, he's denied the first, but not by much. This play gets down to the 42-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage. The trusty tight end.
He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
Come on, Kate. Put me in. One play, one time. I may have retired back in 04, but I could pick up a couple inches on that sneak. Astounding that call did not turn into a 1st down. Come on, boys.
Trying to push this past the marker. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
You know, I got a smile on my face up here in the booth, Kate, because they just took one of the more unsung heroes and put him in a position not just to succeed on this play, but to be the guy everyone could celebrate when he converts.
1st down throw by Purdy. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Purdy now on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. On his Katie York for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers tie things 10-10.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
70 Timberwolves.
Back-to-back carries here. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
It's his running back. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Pack the 60. Go.
Daniels going to keep it. And he's not able to escape. The zone read doesn't work. It's going to cost him a couple of yards, too.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Ready. Coconut Viking 18. Ready.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Looks like he gained about 3 yards. It's also going to bring up third down. Now, Brock, things are dead even as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More coming up from Northwest Stadium. Stick around. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Get it. Get it.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one does not go far. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Bates' kick is up and good. And they've taken back the lead.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. He's got it in the red zone. Touchdown, San Francisco! The 49ers get some late points and the lead. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
You're good on the point after. And the 49ers take a 4-point lead.
Niners 17. Commanders 13. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here's Wishnowsky now to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 68.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
At the 37-yard line.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Daniels. This ball is caught by Tolbert. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Has his man. It's Polk. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. Give him 5 on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready?
Out of the gun, Daniels. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Ready?
After the sack could really use a big play here on second down. It's 2nd and 15.
Come on. Set. Cowboy 80. Ready?
Blown back, gets the handoff. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Warrior 70. 9. Set up. Go.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
So they send him out for a field goal, and they don't get much longer than this. We better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Kid, I don't think there's any question. This is going to be a close game when it's all said and done because it's awfully tight here at the half. And that field goal, that gives them a little more confidence running into the locker room.
And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback. Here's the final play of our first half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Purdy on the play action. Avoid some trouble there. They connect on the deep shot. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. They get 35 out of that play. And that gives the 49ers the first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
1st and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30.
Outside. 18. Watch out.
Now a give. It's McCaffrey headed right. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Now Purdy dumps it off to his running back. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Third down, line to gain 9 yards out. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Katie York now on for the field goal. He was good on his first attempt, and a second from a little over 45 here. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And they can't push the lead beyond the field goal.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Daniels now on 1st down. That's complete. Cole Kmet. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. This is very close, but it looks like he's going to be marked shy of that first down at the 30.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
Come on. Ready?
Drawn up here for Daniels. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Some tough running from the leader of the offense right there. Didn't have a ton of room, but he made it work well enough to move those chains.
Let's go. Ready?
Play action now. Daniels. He's got it near the 10. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on.
And he's going to have the Washington touchdown. The Commanders grab the lead on their first series of the half. Jalen Polk, the touchdown. Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Second and 10. Need something positive here.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready?
Daniels. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Juan Thornhill takes it away. And the 49ers are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
First and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Get set. Get set. Ready, team. Watch out.
On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he's up across the 10 to the 11 before going down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Short pass brought in. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
And the 49ers first down.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey.
It didn't look like he ever really got a chance to fully get that play started, Kate. Just not enough time for him to work before they were all over him making that stop.
The 20-yard line.
Offense to the line, 2nd down.
Get set. Get set. Ready, team. Watch out.
From the gun is Purdy. Finds him over the middle. And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that means it'll be first down San Francisco.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down, San Francisco.
First and 10 from the 32. They'll try it right with McCaffrey. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Get set. Get set.
First down, Purdy to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
This, our last play of the quarter. Back to the air on second. Purdy. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's 49ers football. We'll see if they can close things out for a win. Eighth play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going.
Get set. Get set. Ready, team. Watch out.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. To throw again, it's Purdy. It's caught. Pearsall has it. And he's touched as they pick up that first down on 4th.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes thrown into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
An offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out. Because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
All right, a couple yards to make up, Roth. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. Purdy, a quick throw, complete. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out, 53.
Purdy looking to throw here. It's 3rd and 2. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And they stand him up. No breaking through, and the defense holds. On comes Cade York. A lot riding on this kick. From the left hash, 54 yards out. Oh, this is going to be close, and it's no good. He hooked it too far left. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. You got to be smarter than that. No reason to hit the kicker there, and that gives him a first down. Running it after the penalty. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. That's a nice, quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Putting a receiver in motion. Here's Purdy to throw. He'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they come through with a big stop there. Got him down for a loss as they keep fighting back here in the 4th.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
He'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that first down on these critical third-down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short. So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it. It likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
On the ready.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Ready. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Setting him on the dime. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
They give it to him again. And he's going to be brought down into enemy territory now at the 46. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
First and 10 now from the 46.
Hey. Bronco 80. Let's go.
This is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt getting it for the first time. And he got what he could there, calling it about 4 yards on first down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Setting up to pass. Escapes the pocket. And Daniels with a smart business decision, sliding down after getting that first.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. Hits his running back. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Chased out to his right. And Daniels with a smart business decision, sliding down after getting that first. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal.
70 Lions, Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready?
Here he is to throw. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, but they just can't finish the play.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
60 Bison, 18 Pioneer.
Here's Daniels. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. All right, so defensively, you've seen 2 throws now. You turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on 3rd and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
One final shot here. And they win it! They win it! It's a touchdown! No time left! In position for one last shot at it, Brock, and they come through in a moment that required absolute perfection. They were indeed perfect, and it wins them this game.
Yeah, my eyes certainly are on that offense and the celebration, but I'm also looking at that defense, Kate, because that play is going to run through their mind over and over and over again tonight. Could not get the stop they needed. That one play to make them victors.
So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C.